Good morning. Welcome back to Passionate World Talk Radio Network, a wholly owned subsidiary of Global Media Network LLC. Educate, enlighten, entertain. And this morning, we're taking an article out of the Family Handyman. 5 tips for identifying AI scams before it's too late. Everything you've always wanted to know of how to identify AI, artificial intelligence scams, to protect yourself and your family, and most of all, your personal and financial information. As I said, you can find this article in the Family Handyman. It is written by Jenna Clark, and the title is 5 Tips for Identifying AI Scams Before It's Too Late. And there's a lot of AI scams out there. So what do you need to do? Well, the first thing is, the first thing you need to be aware of, if you receive an email or a message that tugs at your emotions in any way, whether they're positive or negative, then you should take a second to consider if you're falling prey to an AI scam. And there are a lot of them out there, folks. If it feels urgent or emotional, pause, says Kaylin Peete, program specialist at the Family Online Safety Institute. Quote, AI scams are designed to push your buttons, and we all have them, folks. They want you to feel worried, rushed, or flattered, so you're pressured to act. Any message that makes you feel like that, have to act immediately, is worth slowing down and double checking. 2, pay attention to pauses and patterns. These days, AI voices and videos are sophisticated and impressive, but they're not perfect yet. Quote, keep an ear out for awkward phrasing, strange pauses, or expressions that do not quite match what is being said, said Peete. That uneasy feeling is often your first clue. You'll often find this when you answer a call from an unknown number, or if you receive a voicemail that sounds a bit awkward, whether from a customer service representative or a miscellaneous individual. 3, don't be impressed by personal information. According to Peete, scams today often know your name, job, or family members because that information is easy to find online. Familiar details are meant to lower your guard, not prove legitimacy, she explains. If you receive an email or message from a suspicious account or phone number, then you'll want to be cautious about how they obtained your personal information. Confirm that they are credible and legitimate source, and do your best to make sure they aren't an AI hacker. 3, keep an ear out for familiar voices. Mohammed Nasir, co-founder and CEO of General Agency and Altrina, formerly known as Tessa AI, cautions people to be wary of talking to someone you already know, like a family member, your manager, or even a public figure in a company you work for, like the CEO, Nasir tells FH. You want to verify they are calling from their usual phone number, and if necessary, ask clarifying questions to see if it's actually the individual on the other end of the line or an AI bot. 3, watch for gibberish text. If you receive a message that sounds like gibberish, has multiple typos, or contains run-on sentences, you want to confirm its source before you make sure it's not a security risk. Many AI generators push out messages that can make it past spam filters. However, they aren't quality at all. For example, we received a message from someone who posed to be one of our hosts, but you knew that it was AI speaking because this particular person didn't use the vocabulary that AI was using. So if you truly know this person and you have heard them speak and you're aware of their type of tone, pitch, and the vocabulary they use, then you know immediately that it's AI and not this person. Other mistakes, tiny though they may be, are often ignored. So look for .con instead of .com, which you would accidentally ignore if you're not careful. Very easy. Your eye reads to you what it believes it should be reading, not what it's actually saying. Very careful here. You may also find awkward phrasing and language which isn't something an actual human would use when crafting their message. The same goes for imagery. If you receive an urgent email asking you to do something with a compelling image, be sure to check the photo's background before acting rashly. AI generators struggle to produce in the background of a photo is gibberish. They're probably sign the photo is AI generated. So, ladies and gentlemen, be very careful, especially on your phone. So what are some things you can do? Well, I know for the iPhone, you can go into your settings, go into your system, and that click on an automatic response for them to preview who's calling you and ask them what the call's in relation to. And if it doesn't satisfy that preview voice, it won't forward it to you, or they'll put underneath spam call, and that should protect you. For the emails, like I just suggested, if you're familiar with that particular person and either you've heard them speak in public or you heard them speak on a public even more important, if you're not sure, ask Google, is this real or is this spam? Now, they can't help you with phone calls, but they can certainly put you in the direction where if they do leave an email, you can find out whether the email is valid or not. And I've done that on several occasions, and it's made a big difference. And if you believe it's spam or scam on your phone, you should see when you go and take a look at the message, is this spam from someone you don't know? Report and delete it. So you report and you delete it immediately. And that's how you can protect yourself. Please go over to our marketing blog, passionateworldtalkradio.com/blog. And there you can read the summary of the tips for the day, all 5 of them, the URL to go over and read it for yourself, and this time takes notes. And you can also listen to the podcast. in case you want to hear this all over again and refer to someone else, like a teenager. Just saying, protection is the best form of not being scammed. Thank you very much and have a wonderful rest of the week.